Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Threadheads to another episode of Thick Threads, the thickest and most unproblematic podcast on the internet. I'm your host, Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephone.
And we got an interesting episode today because this is coming from a personal point.
Oh.
Maintenance. Letting maintenance in your crib or like housekeepers, electricians, people coming to check your box.
So service workers? Wow.
Internet box.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I always tidy up. I always tidy up, even when they're coming to clean.
Because you still feel the judgment.
Yeah.
You don't be like...
Man, I let maintenance in the other day, and I did not tidy up. And I had like my shotgun out. I had like all these dishes popped up. I had like underwear on the floor. So I try to tidy up as often as possible. I'm sure that's a thing. So the thread that I brought that we'll be talking about a little bit later is professionals who enter people's homes like plumbers, electricians, cleaners. What is something the condition of a house tells you about the owner that they don't realize they are revealing?
Ooh, that's really good. Because
nervous.
you really have to be vulnerable to let people in and to think that, they're not going to have any thoughts about, what they had to clean. Because they're cleaning the dirt out your house. So you think
it's
about
tough.
it. They probably went home like, oh, baby, let me tell you, the house I had to clean today.
Oh, the best gossip. Probably the best gossip. Because, there's both sides of that story. There's I came to this house and these people were crazy. And there's like from the people's, like this maintenance came over and they were crazy. Because I've seen stories of like the maintenance dude like falling asleep and just chilling in there or eating the food or blowing up the bathroom. So yeah, I'm
stealing.
I just saved this video to bring to Planet Sandwich. It was this dude who was doing the little snake in the sink.
Oh, yeah.
And the sink was disgusting. It had like brown and yellow in it. There was stuff all over. And then the dude who lived there snuck up behind him and was like looking over his shoulder. And he was just taking it. He was just being real professional.
Right.
But at some point, you got to be like, bro, this could be a serial killer.
I think he said the reason he charges, 300.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said it takes 2 seconds to do, but you don't know what you leaving with.
Right. No, that's a really good thread. Mine is it's kind of similar, but it's girl to girl.
Okay.
And this is when you have to hear what's one hygiene hack that actually changed your life. Let's help another girl out. So in this new year, we're helping the ladies out with some hygiene tips that could save a relationship, could save a life, could save the world.
Can't have that cooter smelling all day.
Cooter. Rotor-rooter cooter.
Man. I'll never forget it. This might have been over a decade ago, but we were doing some music video. Oh, okay. I remember what music video it is, but I can't say what. And yeah, one of the girls there had them velour pants on.
Oh.
I was sitting down. She walked past me. I was like, how?
The wind of death.
How did it go through multiple layers, I'm assuming, and hit me like that?
It might not have been multiple layers. It might have been just one.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
But sometimes it is multiple layers that causes sweat and all kind of fluids to build up.
So all of these hacks are specifically for women.
This says girl to girl.
Okay.
What's one hygiene hack that actually changed your life? Let's help another girl out.
Okay.
Maybe I can do one for men because men could use hygiene tips.
You mean later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely. Most of the time, it's just like getting men to just wash themselves. Like you wouldn't need any of the tips. All of the things that you're complaining about or other people are complaining about is just because you did not wash. And I do understand that it's a little harder for y'all. It's not just about the wash. It's about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta get the lips. Y'all ever put chapstick down there? Ever have ashy lips, dry lips?
I would hope not. I've never had ashy lips down there, but then again, I don't really look like
You never
at it.
flex something and have them go.
Nope.
No.
Nope. But have you ever seen that?
What?
Because I'm sure
Ashy
your
lips?
face has
I've been
face
face to face, yeah, lip to lip.
With many. Have you seen any that could use a little Carmex?
It can get a little ashy down there, dry lips.
I know my crack has been ashy.
Ashy cracks are definitely a thing. When that little, it seems like the ash goes up past the crack sometimes with y'all. I don't know what that is. And also, I've also seen I've seen women that have like a discoloration in the crack area too.
Oh yeah, I mean that's quite normal. Yeah, and that's why people get it bleached. Bleaching your butt crack is a really big thing.
Hole.
No, it's the crack as well. So making that all like one color is a thing.
Ashy dick is a thing. I've had an ashy penis before.
Yes, I've seen an ashy dick.
You've seen an ashy dick before? What'd it look like?
It kind of looked like a rash, but it's not raised.
Whoa.
Like how a rash can look ashy, but rashes are raised.
No,
this wasn't. Rashes.
I'm talking about classic hand.
Yeah,
just the gray ash.
But to me, from what I've seen, and it was clearly ash. Y'all dicks are like different colors. It's not like the same color as your body. So if your hand gets ashy, the way it looks on your hand, to me, is totally different than what it looks like because the color is so different. So it just looks
because it gets no sun, but it's like the most dark skinned part of the body.
Right.
Even my thighs be super light skinned because they don't see sun, and it's just
and then dark
black Air Force penis. I don't get it.
That's funny.
All right, so those are the facts. Stick around for that. Oh, sorry, those are the threads. So stick around for that.
Wait, quick question before we move on. For the ashy dick,
yeah.
How many strokes of lotion can you put on before it's considered
strokes of lotion?
So you leave it ashy, or do you lotion it up? Because it would seem that
I've lotioned it up before.
Okay, so when you lotion it up,
not lotioning it up like this.
I don't know. You're educating someone. I don't have a dick.
Do you? I mean, you have an arm. Do you put lotion on like this, or do you just put it on?
Okay, so if you want to use that,
just put it on.
If you put it on your arm, does this ever start to feel good? No. You putting lotion on your dick, you might be squeezing it. It might start to feel good.
Do you put lotion on your vagina?
No.
Do you start fingering it inside
I don't put lotion on my vagina.
Well, we just been talking about ashy cracked lips. Maybe you should check that out.
Why you get offended if I'm asking?
I wasn't offended. I was just saying that's a
normal
weird
question to ask.
Like, jacking off is jacking off, but I mean it's your body part. You just rub lotion on it. I feel like doing that is a choice.
I just didn't know if when you put lotion on, does it trigger a lot of y'all to start getting one off because it feels good. I don't think there's any other place on.
I don't really masturbate with lotion. That's a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and also that's when you lotion in your stuff down there. More than likely, you in the mirror getting ready for something to just stop and jack it off is. I'm sure people have done it, but never really gets me in the mood, especially if you're like right off the shower.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fact off. Fact battle. Faddle. This fact that I'm bringing is about Sober Sue. And this is crazy. In the early 1900s, Sober Sue was known for never smiling. A theater offered $1,000 to anyone who could make her laugh, drawing many comedians and crowds eager to watch their failed attempts. It was later discovered that Sue had facial paralysis.
Oh, no.
She could literally not smile. So there was comedians in there bombing with their best material. And she was just like...
Oh, my God.
It says the Victoria Theater, a notable vaudeville house in New York, was opened by Oscar Hammerstein. This was in the late 19th century. And above it, the Paradise Roof Garden was built. Together, they became known as Hammersteins. In the summer of 1907, Sober Sue, dubbed the Girl Who Never Laughed, performed at Paradise Roof Garden. The theater offered an $1,000 prize, which is about 33 grand today, to anyone who could make her smile. Audience members and famous comedians tried, but failed to amuse her.
No way.
This heightened her popularity. Rumors circulated about Sober Sue's lack of emotion. Some suggested she was partially blind or deaf. However, it was revealed that her facial muscles were paralyzed. The scheme was orchestrated by Willie Hammerstein, who paid Sober Sue $20 a week while profiting from top comedians performing for free.
Wait, so he knew that she had facial paralysis?
It was a scam.
And wow.
And he only gave her $20 a week.
That's crazy.
But was still getting the top comedians to perform for free because they wanted to make her laugh, but was also making the rest of the audience laugh, and they were performing for free for $1,000 that they didn't get.
So could she talk at all? Does it say?
I don't know. It says her face was paralyzed, but so maybe.
Oh, so she couldn't even be like, "Hey, man."
And then
he's using me.
The only thing that happened was once the truth came out, Willie faced condemnation. Condemnation. He faced a bunch of condoms from the comedy community. That's it. No jail. No. He's just like, that was mean.
But he walked away with the biggest of bags every week, and only paid her $20. That's when it's just like, how do you even?
Well, no one won the prize, so
nobody won the prize. But he was just taking all that money, and I don't know when did it say this was?
Or like 1907.
Okay, so $20 was a lot.
20 a week to just sit there. She was probably having a great time. She's probably like, "Damn, this nigga funny."
Right? She was laughing like a motherfucker in her head.
I wonder how that works. Like, if you just because your facial muscles can't form a smile doesn't mean like you're not thinking it's funny or laughing a lot. So it's crazy that they didn't. If somebody was killing, there's probably something that she's doing that's like that shows that she's dying laughing. But
knee slapping.
Yeah, like I feel like I could tell if somebody was having a good time, even if they were like stoic, you know.
But if you didn't know,
they probably didn't even know what that was. Facial paralysis.
You might be like, imagine the person she was dating could never give any type of facial expression.
Nothing but bombing.
She having sex and just like,
oh yeah, I never thought of that. You got to hit it from the back.
All right, my fact. We better in ourselves all 2026. Physical exercise 4 hours after learning can help you better retain information.
After you learn it?
So if you read something at 8 a.m. and you go work out at 12 p.m., you will better retain that information that you read.
I believe that. I think that might work both ways if you work out and then read it, because it just seems like working out really clears your brain and gets your body started going.
So it says, yes, working out significantly helps memory and cognitive function by increasing blood flow, promoting new brain cell growth, boosting crucial proteins like BDNF, reducing stress and improving sleep, leading to better learning, problem solving, and protection against age-related decline. Both short bursts and consistent routines offer benefits, with aerobic exercises like walking, running, swimming, those being particularly effective. It increases brain volume. Regular exercise, especially aerobics, can increase the size of the hippocampus, the brain region vital for learning and memory. Boosts BDNF. It raises levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that helps form new synapses for learning. Exercise stimulates the creation of new neurons, improving information sorting and memory. And then it reduces cognitive impairment risk. It lowers the risk of dementia by improving brain structure and function over time.
That's dope. I mean, that's definitely validating, you know, because I feel like, trying to fit the reason I started working out more was I was on set more, and I found a correlation. Like if I work out before going to set, I'm a lot better with stuff like improv or directing and stuff like that, as opposed to just waking up and scrambling and heading to set. So that actually was a to B connection for me, but it is cool to hear what everything that scientifically that happens in your brain. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, get that exercise in. So learn something and then get that exercise in so you can retain that information.
I've never tried it in that order. That's interesting.
I'm going to try to work on a new language.
And then work out?
And then work out and see if I retain.
That's smart. That's definitely smart. Or like reading something. All right, you guys, let us know who won the fact battle, the fact off. we gotta tell us who won and tell us which you like better. We don't have a segment name. This kind of just happened. So fact battle or fact off. You have any to throw in there?
No, fact battle. I kind of like fact battle.
Fact battle? Who won the fact battle?
Fact battle.
All right, let's get into these threads. You want to go first this time?
Yes. Okay. Girl to girl. I'm talking to you girls. What's one hygiene hack that actually changed your life? Let's help another girl out. All right. At-home bidet attachment.
I'm listening.
At-home bidet attachment. I mean, I think a lot of people have bidets at home. I think, don't you have a bidet at home? Yeah. So I feel like, yeah. The only thing about bidets, where's the water coming from that goes up your butt?
Same water. Same water.
How do you not feel?
Maybe not. It could be sink water actually, because I had to actually connect to my sink.
Oh,
so it's sink water.
Oh, okay. I've
sense.
never really looked into bidets like that. I just, use wipe.
But I mean,
jump in the shower right after.
I guess it's different with y'all. But I mean, if it's going in your ass, I wasn't gonna be like, "Ooh, is this? What is this? Is this sparkling water? Is this pH water?"
I know, but I always thought it took from like the back of the toilet.
Maybe.
And now I always that just didn't. I didn't understand how people felt comfortable with that. But if it comes from the sink, then that makes so much more sense.
I'm not sure. But the option of going warm and cold, I think specifically comes from your sink water. But shit, that could be the same water. I don't know how that shit works.
Okay. Something to look into. Our friend Kanisha Buss.
Hey, shout out to Kanisha.
She said, before you get busy with a dude, take your fruity salt scrub, open them cheeks, and get all up in that crack and hole. Okay, so a crack scrub.
I assumed you guys were doing that, but
sugar scrub.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if girls are necessarily doing it every time before they have sex, but that would be. You can't do that every day.
You can't wash your vagina?
You can't scrub your. We're not talking about vagina. We're talking about ass crack.
Specifically, when she said your crack hole and booty hole and all that, she was leaving out.
Yeah, you cannot use sugar or salt scrub in your actual vagina.
Oh, okay.
You will walk away with an infection, probably the next day or later on the day. Yeah, but if you have sex every single day, you can't. You'll make the skin super raw. In your crack, you're not supposed to exfoliate that much. But I mean, if you get it cracking a few days a week, that's a great, hack. STD prep. Whoa. Protect yourself. These men do not care and they don't get tested. There are 2 you can get to protect you from a few STDs. It's not about being a hoe. I'm abstinent and I still take it. So when I do decide to do something, condom or not, I'm protected.
Is this a pill that she's talking about? Or
I think she's talking about PrEP.
Hey, PrEP for an STD?
No, it's called PrEP. To prevent you from getting HIV. It's called PrEP.
It's a cream? What is the process?
I don't know what PrEP is. I don't know if it's a pill or if it's a shot or whatnot, but I do know it's for HIV prevention.
Gotcha.
So if you are exposed to it, that I guess your body doesn't attach,
Gotcha.
But what I don't understand when it comes to that is when people say I'm abstinent, but I'm taking these things. I don't understand like why you would take certain medications if you're abstinent. Like if you're not, you know,
She said when I decide to, I guess, but yeah, I
wouldn't
don't
that
know.
be the time to start taking? I guess because and I think we're similar in this that I don't like to take unnecessary medication.
Sure.
Because I've seen so many times like birth controls where, you know, I've taken a birth control and then 5 years later I see it on on an infomercial about you may have cause for, you know, a case if you took Depo-Provera.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. I took Depo and then I saw later on that people were suing for certain side effects. And I was just like, I don't really like taking medicine like that. So, but if it helps other stuff. Okay. Damn, girl. Okay. I'm going to go over a couple of these, but she wrote a laundry list.
Yeah, just skim.
Dry brushing before showering when you want to exfoliate your skin. Do you know what that is? Have you ever heard of dry brushing?
Mm-mm.
So it's like this really dense brush that you scrub all over your body with nothing on. No water, no soap, no oil, no nothing to get the dead skin off. And then you shower and supposedly, you know, exfoliates to make your skin a lot softer.
Sounds awful.
It actually feels quite good. It feels like you're just scratching yourself all over. It feels nice. Mix coconut oil with your brand of lotion immediately after you shower and lather your skin, or keep it cute and just use petroleum jelly, Vaseline. I have some in my bag right now.
You have Vaseline in your bag?
Yeah, I think so.
It's okay. I believe you. I believe you. Okay, that's a bigger container.
I mean, it's the reason I have it is because it's cold and my skin gets very dry when it's cold.
Dry lips.
My lips are not. Listen. Celibacy. Boom. Probiotics, prebiotics, Dial Then Dove, dusting powder, witch hazel, and chlorophyll. Okay. I'm here for that list.
Nice.
Prenatal vitamins, even if you're not pregnant, will have the skin glowing and clear. Magnesium gummies for joint and muscle pain and better sleep quality. I actually have magnesium gummies. They're good.
I used to accidentally take magnesium every day in the morning.
Oh, yeah? Doesn't that make you sleepy?
It was an accident. I didn't. It was kind of like mixed in with my regular pills, and I was making myself sleepy every morning.
That's crazy. Yeah. Did you take the powder?
No, they were pills.
Oh, they have a powder too, and it tastes good, but it's definitely relaxes you. Moisture your neck every night. It's the first area to show signs of aging.
I did hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
And your ears too.
Your ears. I didn't hear about moisturizing your ears.
I moisturize my ears. I make sure.
I didn't know that was connected to like showing signs of aging. That's interesting.
I just feel like if you have maintenance for one part and leave some parts out, those are just going to age the way that they're supposed to and not slow down. So, you know.
That makes sense. Boric acid after cycles, and I'm guessing she's saying like before sex. I feel like, yes. Do you know what boric acid is?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so it's like suppositories that you take to kind of help balance your pH
Up the butt?
No, in your vagina.
Oh, a pill? You put a pill up there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's acid?
It's called boric acid.
I thought it was a face spray. I didn't know you guys were putting acid up there.
No.
Up the coot.
Yeah, so if you're having, you know, some little pH issues, and sometimes it happens after your cycle, everything gets thrown off, you know, stuff coming out down there that you need to cleanse. Some people, you know, it doesn't fully cleanse out the way it should. And then we have stuff like boric acid to kind of help balance that pH, you know. And then sometimes when you have sex, depending on, you know, how you get down, there are certain things, certain liquids, fluids, maybe if he didn't brush his teeth well enough, or maybe he didn't brush it out. You sometimes you wake up in the morning, get a little, you feeling a little froggy, and that could definitely lead to some pH issues. So,
okay.
She said no sodas, no juice, no liquor, just water.
For the pH?
Yeah, I mean,
thought juice was supposed to be good for, like, girls be like, pineapple juice, cherry juice.
I would say not sugary juices. So, like orange juice, and I don't think pineapple juice like that comes in the can or whatnot, but eating pineapples, like fresh fruits, those juices and sugars, I think are more so what she's referring to versus, actual like juice, syrupy juice. So chlorophyll, internal deodorizer. I think somebody said that earlier. Somebody said, leave that nigga alone. Yes, because sometimes if you have multiple partners, you know how like some people have like a cycle of partners that they go through, then that can definitely throw off the pH, even if it's not a STD.
Just because they're different dicks.
Yeah, and some guys' pH down there is a little different because y'all got pH too. So. She says using exfoliating gloves every day in the shower, not just using soap, but a body wash / scrub, body polish after that. Scrub your feet every day. Exercise can be as simple as walking. If you don't wash your face every day, then just make sure you at least moisturize. If you don't wash your face every day.
It's good to exfoliate every single day?
No.
So you...
I wouldn't use exfoliating gloves every single day because I don't know if your skin has to be rough for you to do that every day, but I feel like that might just make it like
sore,
raw.
Yeah.
I would break out. Like I would start getting like hives or bumps if my skin is like too exposed. So I can't exfoliate every day. Cutting out meats for 2 to 3 months. Drink lots of lemon, cucumber, and mint water. 1 avocado a day. No sugar. Switch to coconut sugar. Use aloe vera on your skin and hair. All of this changed my life. In caps.
That seemed like the best. I mean, this clearly study isn't like for me, but that just seemed like the best thing. Because I feel like cutting meat out so that you can take the other type of meat makes sense to me. And
meat
then
for meat.
Yeah, then drinking lemon water, and I don't know about just eating avocado, but that kind of stuff seems like it would be a gem of a hint.
That definitely was a good list of things. The only thing she said, no sugar. I think doing no sugar is just like, it's crazy because so many different ingredients have sugar in it. I think low sugar is probably more doable. But I mean, you could do, I feel like no sugar diets are very, very strict because there's sugar in damn near everything almost that you really have to, there's like specific diets that you have to go through to have no sugar. If you bigger, treat every crevice like your underarm rolls and under your breasts.
Damn, like deodorant under the knees and under the titties. I do feel that. I feel like everything that has a crevice or a roll can smell like an armpit.
Yeah, I think so I'll use myself as an example of having these giant boobs. But when I work out and I sweat and stuff, it doesn't smell like under the arms. It smells kind of sour. Ooh. It can have like a sour smell. Yeah.
Sour boobs?
Yeah. It can have a sour. It's very different than underarm must. It's not
that makes sense if there's no hair and stuff.
Yeah, it's not as like outwardly smelling, but if you go like this, like if you like, I do it all the time.
Are you serious?
I ain't gonna lie. I actually kind of like the smell. Yeah, I test all the time. I kind of like it, but I think it's because my It's
You
me.
go like this under your boobs and smell it.
Yeah, I've smelled my under boob sweat, and it doesn't smell like must. So that's a positive because
It's pretty horrifying
you
stuff.
can you imagine though being it because you can't smell it outwardly. So even if I ran by you, you're not going to smell that. But if I ran by you with smelly pits, more than likely you're going to smell that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not an outward smell. It's a more subtle smell, but it does have a scent.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Let me see. What do I have for the girls? You got any tips for the girls?
No. I'm over here just downloading all this stuff. Like, okay, that sounds like a good one.
I mean, the only reason I asked is because, you guys deal with women. So if you've ever experienced certain things like with women, then you had a tip like maybe she should consider. If there was anything you were ever thinking about, you could present that and ask, and I'd be like, oh, that actually is a good idea, or that might mess something up. So there's nothing wrong with educating you on if there are certain things. I would definitely say utilizing oils. So I really like in shower body oils. So you know how we talked a lot about exfoliating. You can exfoliate in the shower, and then before you dry off, they have in shower like body oils. You don't put it in your vagina or anything like that, but you just put it all over your body while it's still wet, and then you pat dry. I feel like, or you can air dry. It's up to you. But I feel like when you do that, it just gives this other level of glow. I also drink clove water,
I've been seeing that
clove
online.
teas.
Yeah, apparently that's like miracle shit.
That, and then I really enjoyed the okra water. It doesn't taste that good, but it doesn't taste bad to me. Yeah. So that is really hydrating. I've noticed it's really hydrating. I need to do it now because my skin is so dry right now.
I've seen a bunch of stuff on both of those. Mostly, I think the most recent one is the clove water and like how much stuff this
the clove tea
stuff. Yeah.
I put some soursop, lemon, honey. Yeah, that person that talked about cucumbers, because I want to eat more cucumbers too. And I like the fact that we started eating those Greek salads because that to me was like we haven't had it in a long time. Like I haven't had it in a long time either. So, but that's like to me like a hydrating type of meal, eating your fruits and vegetables. And one thing that my doctor told me about the juices and the sugar intake was that juice in the bottle is so dangerous because you pour a glass, right? Say you pour a glass of this much juice, right? To get that much juice, how many fruits do you have to put in that?
How many fruits have to die?
Yeah, basically. So you drinking like one glass is like eating 5 oranges or something like that. Would you sit there and eat 5 oranges? Typically, no.
That's why I say juicing is a lot of sugar and a lot of extra stuff because it's like, yeah, you wouldn't eat 30 pieces of celery.
Right. You wouldn't eat that. Oh, hey, here we go. You wouldn't eat that much sugar, so drinking juice like that is dangerous because you end up consuming more than you would if you just had the fruit.
Yeah.
If you just had one apple versus a cup of apple juice. So it's, I guess, portion control, moderation, so that you don't overdo it with the sugar, which in our community, I feel like, diabetes is a big thing.
Finding out that vegetables and fruits have too much sugar and they're like, oh, don't, like, come on, bro. How do we do this? How the hell do we do this healthy thing? I'm hearing that broccoli ain't good for you no more. Like, I just started liking broccoli. Like, why is science changing so much? We should have gotten one list. This is what you eat. This is what you can't eat. But now
and it's crazy because, the GMO stuff, I think, is maybe what is shifting things because them big ass grapes. Like, I don't know if those grapes is growing naturally or if them GMO. You seen them grapes that are like
Everything
huge
is bad for you.
and
like, should we just eat what we want and die early?
no.
So at least it's like it was a delicious life.
No, we just have to find. And then, in the US, supposedly there are things like there are foods that are legal here that are not legal in like other countries, So I was seeing some of that list. I think Skittles was on the list or something like that. It had a lot to do with like dyes that are in the food.
Sure, I'm talking about like regular stuff. Like
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine adhering to health rules, eating broccoli my whole life, and then getting sick when I'm 60 or 70 saying you ate too much broccoli, it's
Yeah.
bad for you. That's crazy to me. So
That's the same thing with like bananas. You're not supposed to do it. It's exhausting.
What the hell are we supposed to do? All right. Enough pussy talk. Just kidding. Let's get into some home invasion shit, but in the good way. Professionals who enter people's homes, like plumbers, electricians, and cleaners. What is something the condition of a house tells you about the owner that they don't realize they are revealing? First guy said, I went to one house, a pretty nice house from outside, and there were boxes and boxes of stuff everywhere. My helper said to the homeowner, are you guys just moving in? After a moment of silence, the homeowner said, embarrassed, we've been here 10 years.
10?
I told my helper later not to ask people questions like that. 10 years is crazy. I feel them. It takes me a while to move in a place. I am in boxes for a cool 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
10 years is a little crazy.
10 years for it to look like
you just moved in.
For somebody to question if you just moved in is like, what are you doing with this house?
But it's like, I feel like if you really broke down why people do that, it makes sense. First of all, it's straight up laziness. But also, I think of like the difference between people who stay in a hotel that just live out of their suitcase and people who like put their stuff into the dressers. Mm-hmm. Like it's easier for me, but it's also temporary. So I just stay in the luggage part. And then, it's also like an element of when you take the laundry out of, sometimes I keep the laundry in the dryer and just take what I need out of there. Absolutely. Sometimes I put it on like a flat surface that's supposed to be en route to putting it away. And I just live off of that. So I get the whole thing of not trying to put things away, but 10 years is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely have our piles, Whoa, I had a little bubble. Our piles that pile up, and we do certain things that are a lazier way, and I think that it's quite normal. But yeah, 10 years with boxes that kind of like looks like you still moved in. It's just like, damn, you ran out of room. Sometimes if you don't know, if it's like a miscellaneous box and you just don't know where to put what's in it, you'll leave it.
Or the opposite, like if your house is downsizing, so you you literally don't have room for some of the stuff you used to have room for.
Yep.
I'm in a epic quest to try to get my mom to stop having empty boxes around. That's the other thing, just empty boxes. Mothers are just so prepared for everything.
Oh my God.
That there's scenarios that come up that we're like, damn, we need a box, and they're like, I was waiting for this, but then that 99% is like, get rid of this.
That's my mom is the same way. My dad be like, oh, you brought something else home, and she'll just have like a whole bunch of, she got boxes, bins, all kind of stuff, and he's just like, we don't have room for this.
Man, this next one is kind of crazy too. Worst for me was a litter box on the kitchen counter. I feel like people with gross habits shouldn't have pets because pets are gross. They don't mind being gross. They're just doing whatever. But if you can't be like, if you don't have the sense to be like, okay, this is where people shit and it's where I eat food, then you shouldn't have a pet because both of y'all are just going to be gross together until somebody calls you out.
And you would probably be the one to suffer more consequences than the pet.
Yeah.
The
pet don't care. I mean, if anything, that's easier access to the food for them.
Right.
But definitely, and you can have these private habits that affect people on the outside because underneath that it says these people are the main people bringing food to the potlucks. And like that
litter box on the kitchen counter. Just
if you do that, then you definitely have them walking around while you cooking.
Yeah,
The people
feeding
who
them off.
like taste this, and they let them lick the plates or the spoons. It blows my mind that people are not even like, I'm gonna do something that gross. Like they're casually that nasty.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Story time. I used to sell floors and had some home appointments. I've seen some of the worst when it comes to messy. The one that did it for me was I went to an appointment for Jessica. I knock and an 8-year-old boy opens up with 2 malnourished dogs coming to sniff my shoes. I look around, there's trash and feces everywhere, and the smell was unbearable. I asked the boy, where is his mom, Jessica? He says, my mom is in the mental hospital. I said, okay, where is dad? He says, I don't know. He hasn't been here in days. Then the 8-year-old boy goes to show me this gigantic hole in the floor. It was, in fact, the little kid who booked the appointment in his mom's name. That's crazy. I told him, let me call my team to make sure I pick the right floor for this. Stepped out, called my manager, and told them about the situation and immediately called the police for a welfare check. Yeah. This was my last week as an in-home flooring salesperson. I hope he's in a better position now.
Oh, that's
Neglect
horrible.
can make a kid grow up really fast, but calling, I don't even know who you would call for that. Calling somebody for a new floors is a whole new level of like premature adulting. I have not. That's sad. That's not like,
because he didn't even look for a maid. He didn't look for somebody to come and clean the place.
There's a hole in the floor.
Oh my God.
He called a flooring specialist in, and apparently the dogs weren't eating. I'm sure he wasn't eating, and the mom was in a mental hospital. That's tough, and the dad just dipped. That's really sad.
Yeah,
you can't really blame the kid for that.
No, for sure.
The number of inoperable cars / lawnmowers in the front yard can be a signifier of how disorderly the inside is. So I never get that. The ones that have like the broken down car and like I never got what that was for. It seemed like just an aesthetic
Texas
for
Chainsaw
movie.
Massacre.
Right.
But we have seen that like in the like smaller cities, and not even just the South, but I think we saw that a little bit when we were driving we were driving from Maine to New Hampshire. We saw a little bit of that in those smaller, more segregated, separated housing spots. I remember seeing some like, it just looked like a bunch of inoperable cars and lawnmowers just piled up, in between properties. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's just junk. I mean, if you have a hobby and you're fixing something up, that's different, but it just seems like forgotten and abandoned. And they're right. If you're abandoning stuff on the outside of your home, good luck with the inside. This makes me feel a little good. It says the ones with the cleanest homes always apologize about the mess, while those with the filthiest, smelliest, cluttered to the max homes never even hint about being embarrassed by their state of living. That's true. That's probably why I try to keep mine together, because I'm horrified. I'm a cleaner, but most of the houses I clean are fairly clean already. I can definitely infer things about how lived in the house is. I can tell people whose family life is very important. I can tell the people whose family life is very important and have a lot of fun with their kids because the houses have messes in places like crayon drawings, projects, photos, travel books, summer camp brochures. Other people might not have kids but have a lot of pets or cooking messes, artwork on the walls, stuff like that. I can tell these people are homebodies sometimes, but try and live life to the fullest. Some people, the vibe is colder, less clutter or mess. Everything in its place, less cooking oil and spices spilled on the stove. The furniture in the living room is less indented or disturbed. Cleaned a house once where it looked like the husband and wife lived on opposite sides of the house, one upstairs and one downstairs, and they hardly interacted. I never thought about that. I was kind of like thinking it was all going to be like, these people are gross, blah, 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 but it's crazy they're judging like the funness of the life too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's messy, but like it's crayons and travel brochures. Right. And then like the depressing, like, damn, I'm fixing a toilet of a broken home and a husband and a wife who don't even talk to each other.
But what's crazy is that can go either way, because in my I feel like ideally,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a house like that where I have my own side, he has his own side,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. We can in the common spaces we can kind of, come together for what we like. But I would love to have, especially I know I would have my own bathroom.
Yeah.
100%. He could have his own bathroom, probably share a bedroom, but
There's still probably things like hints of fun
yeah,
or
yeah,
interaction around. They're saying that like there's no cooking that happens. There's no like indentations in the furniture.
Mhm.
It's just cold. It's almost like it probably feels like an Airbnb. You know? Maybe not what you're looking for, but I once worked in a house in winter who had the fireplace going with the flue shut. The house was blanketed in smoke, and they disconnected all the smoke alarms. When I showed them how to open the flue, they both lost their minds. Apparently, they'd been living like that for years.
What?
They were just in smoke. That's the other thing. It's just like some people are actually freaking crazy. But they disconnected all the smoke alarms. So did they go crazy in a way that's like, oh, thank God? Or like, no, keep this, you're letting the smoke out.
I don't know, because I guess for them, letting the smoke out is letting heat out. You know how we be like, close that door, you're going to let all the heat out.
I wonder if they just disconnected the smoke alarms because it kept going off and it was annoying, or if they liked the smoke. But years?
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, why
that
even?
Could cause some serious like health issues.
Right. Unless they just like the fireplace aesthetic. I don't see why they wouldn't just put the heat on.
Right.
Or just
maybe they didn't have that. Maybe that was their only. I wonder if that was their only source of heat outside of the oven.
Right. But at some point, do you open some windows? Like smoke is dangerous.
I wonder what they meant when they showed them how to open the flue is what it's called.
What I'm assuming is that's like, I don't know what it is. I assume it was like a flap that lets it go out the chimney or some type of circulation.
And he said they lost their minds. I wonder if that was like losing their minds, as if they just didn't know how to do it and they saw and they're like, oh, or they were like, hey, close that back. Like,
that's why I couldn't get, because the confusing part is they disconnected the fire, the smoke alarms. Mm-hmm. It says a fireplace flue is a vertical passageway inside a chimney that safely vents the smoking combustion outside the home. So yeah, it was just the ventilation. Mm-hmm. So they were either like cave dwellers that like needed it, or, they just were like, thank God we can breathe now. I can see you.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, in just responding to your thread, I will definitely like straighten up. I'll take all the like dirty clothes and make sure they're either washing or in the hamper whenever my cleaners come. I'll run the dishwasher. And then I just want them to like put the dishes away. Mm-hmm. Like they can do all that. I'll like straighten up, but I'll leave the like deep cleaning for them.
Yeah, I'm not going to like clean for out. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I know I'm not, in my baseline, I'm not living disgusting. It might be messy. There might be like clothes somewhere, but it's not disgusting. So I never have to do too much. And also it's like, if I'm in a building or a neighborhood, I know I'm not anywhere near the grossest that they've seen.
Right.
They're doing this every day. So me tripping and running around to get a shirt off the floor, knowing that they're walking through cat litter and all that type of stuff, it's not really a big deal.
And I don't want them there that long because I be having shit to do.
Right.
So it's like the longer they're there, the longer you're kind of like, you're stuck at home, or you can't just really relax when someone is there. Mm-hmm. Even if you've gotten used to, I try to stay out of their way, so I'm always looking to see, do you need to come over here now or whatnot, And so if I do some of the cleaning before they get here, it's like the difference between a 3-hour cleaning and a 2-hour cleaning or something,
Right. So you actually end up paying, and I don't know, maybe it's just like, I know that they don't care because that's their job, but whenever I have like housekeepers or something like that, it's tough for me to just sit there like doing my own thing or playing video games and just like, oh yeah, you missed the spot. Like I'll kind of straighten up too, At the most, I might go outside and like hang out, give them their space. But being in the same space and just like having them like cleaning around me, I can't really do that. I gotta help a little. Gotta tag me in.
And there's a part of me that kind of wants them to be like, "Oh, I like cleaning this house," you know.
You just want them to like you.
I want them to like coming back to my place. So whenever I,
you don't want them to think you're an asshole.
Yeah, whenever I need them, I want them to be like, "Hey, come here." So I feel like if I give them too much of a lift, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta go clean this house again,"
right?
And that goes into the judgment part where I'm like,
why do we care? Why do we care about the maintenance judge? That's so crazy. They probably just like, well, chill. They probably they're probably chill as hell.
They probably like sit your ass down. We don't need you doing nothing.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments what y'all be doing. You just let them do their thing. You not care, or do you kind of straighten up too? And let us know if any of these hygiene tips spoke to you, and maybe you can clean your ass. This has been Thick Threads. Make sure you guys check us out on Patreon. We're dropping a lot of content over there, and check us out on audio only platforms. We took a break off the audio only, but we are fully back. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. Go ahead and check us out.
Thank you.
And as always, I've been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephone.
We'll see you guys next week. Later.
Bye.